Please remove your hats, remain standing as our enlisted graduates present our national and state colors. Hoist the colors. I would like to present to you the class of 2017. Please be seated. Welcome to the 2017 Mahtomedi High School Commencement Program. I ask our color guard to stand at this time. Please join me in recognizing tonight's color guard under the direction of Sergeant Gerling, U.S. Army. These students from the class of 2017 have volunteered to serve our country and have enlisted in the armed forces. Antonia Tachito, Mitch Bradley, Alec Grimes, Will Goebel, Nicholas Blossom, Quinn Wall, and Jack Matson. At this time, please invite. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Larson, our Superintendent of Schools, to come forward.
Thank you. Good afternoon and welcome. On behalf of the school board and administration, I too want to welcome you to the commencement exercises. Family, friends, and especially you, the graduates, congratulations on this upcoming achievement. All of you are on the cusp of something. You're on the precipice of something that could be terrifically great and wonderful. Could be college, could be the military, could be a gap year, could be a whole host of things. But you're on the edge of something. That's as an individual. But I also think that the class of 2017 is on the precipice of something else. And I think you're on the precipice of a new age. In our country, we've gone through several ages. We started out with the agricultural age, in which most people worked on the farms. That gave way to the industrial age, in which most people left the farms and worked in the factories with their hands. And that gave way to the information age, in which many people left the factories to move to the offices and work with their brains. But I think the next stage is different than that. I don't think it's about the hands or the brain, but rather I think it's about the heart. Now, you've gotten a tremendous education in Mahtomedi. You've been taught by remarkable and talented, dedicated professional staff. You're going to be successful. And as you go forward, this class of 2017, to your own unique adventures on the precipice of a new age for yourself and collectively, I want to offer congratulations and hope that you'll lead with your heart. Congratulations.
I would like to invite Annika Shu and Casey Lenars to the podium. Annika and Casey have been selected to represent the class of 2017 as the MCs for tonight's commencement. Annika has been our Student Council Leader Co-President, Mahtomedi Generation's Vice President, Girls in Engineering Co-President, Math Team Captain, a member of Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and National Honor Society. She will attend Duke University to study engineering. Casey has been a competitive gymnast, Fellowship of Christian Athletes leader, and a member of National Honor Society. She will attend Clemson University to study engineering. Earlier today, we had a rehearsal for our graduates, and when we were finished, everyone was quite tired and very ready to be out of here. But Annika and Casey stayed for several hours, going over all of the details, making sure everything would be ready for tonight. And that's just one small example of the great dedication and commitment they've shown our school for the past 4 years. Annika and Casey.
Good evening. Welcome to the graduation of Mahtomedi High School's class of 2017. I'm Annika Shu.
And I'm Casey Lenars.
When we were deciding our theme for today, we were trying to think of something that we seniors all have in common.
Something that kept popping up was music. Not just because we got distracted and started to sing a song, but because music is a huge part of this generation.
There's music for every occasion and mood.
From pregame pump-up,
to chilling out,
or just for dancing around.
As I think about my time at Mahtomedi, I remember seeing a lot of students during passing time with earbuds in, maybe listening to
Migos,
Chance the Rapper,
Luke Bryan,
One Direction,
Ed Sheeran,
or whatever people listen to.
I also recall teachers telling students to remove their earbuds because they didn't hide it well enough up their sleeves.
Music is something that will be with all of us next year.
For the fun times,
the stress times,
all the times.
Casey and I thought we would help everyone out as we step into this next journey, no matter where you're headed, and create a playlist of songs throughout the ceremony.
So, without further ado,
there we go. Now let's hear it from Mahtomedi's choir.
chose to fight.
That sometimes there are battles that are more than black and white. And I could not put down my sword when justice was my right. Make them hear you. Go out and tell our story to your daughters and your sons. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. And tell them in our struggle we were not the only ones. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. Your sword can be a sermon or the power of the pen. Teach every child to raise his voice, and then, my brothers, then will justice be demanded by 10 million righteous men. Make them hear you. When they hear you, I'll be near you
Good evening. My name is Julie McGraw, and on behalf of the Mahtomedi School Board, I would like to add my welcome to the class of 2017, their family, their friends, and all staff and faculty here today. I'd like to ask my fellow board members to please stand. We have Lucy Payne and Kevin Donovan, and Stacy Stout, Judy Schwartz, and Mike Chevalier. I am honored to give this speech as a board member tonight and feel blessed as a parent of a graduating senior. I have been cheering for these students since they began kindergarten here in 2004. Go Zephyrs! Graduates, as you prepare to move beyond this Mahtomedi bubble, I'd like to share a few pieces of wisdom and reflect on what makes our community so unique. In doing this, I will reference one of my favorite Minnesota writers and 3-time Pulitzer Prize winner, Thomas Friedman, and his most recent book, Thank You for Being Late, An Optimist's Guide to Thriving in the Age of Accelerations. His perspectives are very insightful. In his book, Friedman sums up many concerns we as parents have had during your coming up years. He describes your K-12 years as a rare confluence of technological influences, an age of accelerations, and a time of big change. 2007, the year you were in 2nd and 3rd grade, was the single greatest technological growth point in history. That's the year Steve Jobs introduced the iPhone. It's the year the number of users on the internet reached 1 billion. And the same year, Twitter spun off and became global. And Google launched Android operating systems and bought YouTube. It was the beginning of big data. Young people today spend more time on their electronic devices than they do in classrooms. Parents, you know what I'm talking about here, and it's been a challenge to try to figure out what's appropriate. Graduates, you will be part of the first generation that won't remember life without smartphones, social media, or texting. Your generation may never read a map. They may never stop at a gas station and ask for directions, or see their parents do that. You may never buy a flashlight. And it's very likely that a movie from my high school years, The Breakfast Club, with its personal conversations between 5 high school students at a Saturday detention session, will never be remade because it would be a silent movie. You use your devices to create, connect, and collaborate. You are exposed to world events sooner and more vividly than any previous generation. And while these technologies connect all of us in cyberspace, so far they've left no one in charge. Technology allows us to live more alone and more together than ever before. And this has created a huge moral intersection where two powers are amplified. The power of one, where one person could destroy everything, or the power of many, where together we could fix everything. At this intersection, with no one in charge, we can do unto others faster than ever, and honesty, accountability, and mutual respect become even more important. We need to embrace the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Where, you may ask, does each of our interpretations of the golden rule come from? It comes from the culture in which we were raised. And here, it comes from strong families and healthy communities. A good mix of these two ingredients help people feel more connected, protected, and respected. And what do you believe makes our little suburb of Mahtomedi such a vibrant community that anchors and launches so many? We see each other around our small town, at festival, at our favorite little Willarney post office, at Roma or the Lakeside Club, at the beach, on the lake, in parks, or on our biking and walking trails. When we see each other, we make eye contact and we say hello. This shows that we care for each other. And when you feel tethered to a place called home, when you feel anchored in your community, it enables and inspires you to reach out and travel far, both physically and emotionally. What shaped you in our community? Our students and our school's success are our greatest pride, but we didn't achieve it alone. Beyond your families, many great leaders in our community helped pave the way for you to be here today. Government leaders, faith leaders, business leaders, and environmental leaders. These are just some of the people who make our community the unique place we call home. They're invested in you, and some are likely here tonight. Mayor Judd Marshall and former school board members Alice Smith and Sarah Waddell. Among others, we also thank John Henriksen for his work on the City Council to preserve Catherine Abbott Park, Dale Johnson for his support of our engineering in our schools, and Steve Wogemont for all of his efforts with the trails. Think of leaders in our schools who have inspired or nurtured you in memorable ways. I think you can all remember Jane Martz's hugs at O.H. Anderson and Mrs. Stang's enthusiasm for the 5th grade rocket project. And Mr. Hobble, we're all still wondering how you managed to win tug of war every year. And Mr. Murphy, we even thank you for helping all of us learn how strong a spaghetti and glue bridge can be. We have so many leaders here who have likely influenced you in some memorable way. Pay attention to those lessons. We hope you have learned that when you build bridges in your community, you help those around you feel more connected. Relationships and connections take work. Recently retired Surgeon General Vivek Murthy recently described isolationism as one of the greatest diseases we face in this country today. Be aware of that isolation in yourself and in others. Counter that by volunteering in your community to invigorate civic institutions and create strong bonds. In closing, I offer congratulations first to the parents and acknowledge that in this season of accomplishment and transition, we balance our pride and gratitude for this journey with the somber reality that a long chapter of our lives is now in the rearview mirror. And to the graduates, huge congratulations. Go to each of you. Be thankful for the powers of technology given to us in 2007. You will use this technology to solve problems we didn't even know existed. Use your powers for good. We're counting on you to provide 1 million acts of generous leadership. Stay connected to your community and foster positive relationships. Together, you can fix everything. And please, call home often. We're going to miss you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Moeller and high school band members.
Before we enter into this next chapter of our lives, let's reflect on the last 4 years, because a good throwback song is healthy every once in a while.
We started freshman year out cruising our way through the hallways, a little timid,
Harlem shaking whenever possible,
and practicing the cup song with our friends on the weekends.
Then sophomore year, and I'm just thinking out loud,
We were starting to feel pretty fancy.
happy we were no longer freshmen.
Hey, what about junior year?
Sorry, I was so stressed out that year.
But at least we got our driver's licenses. We were whipping on the dance floor and in our cars.
And then senior year,
I don't know about you, but I feel like there's only one song that truly represents this year.
for sure. Our girls' tennis team set the mood back in November, serving up a win against Edina, breaking their 19-year title streak to win state.
Followed by football, marching to state, along with gymnastics, boys hockey, boys lacrosse, and boys baseball.
And basketball set some new records too.
Speaking of sports, here's one of your 2016-17 Mahtomedi softball team captains.
Please help us welcome Cheyenne Simpson, University of St. Thomas class of 2021.
Good evening, MHS. Today is Saturday, June 10th, 2017. I'm Cheyenne Simpson, and here are your final daily announcements. Even though I'm sure most of you started tuning me out or on the second day of school, I encourage you to listen today. Throughout the year, I, or whoever did our daily announcements, have read you nearly 173 dates. September 20th, November 9th, February 16th, April 4th, so on and so on. But then there's today's date, June 10th. It's a day most of us have been looking forward to for the last 4 years, but felt that it would never actually arrive. June 10th has been our end goal. Throughout these years, to sit in these chairs in Aldrich Arena, clad in blue and gold, surrounded by our fellow classmates and family and friends. So as we all sit together for this last time, I have a challenge for you this evening. Look at this date, June 10th, as a new beginning instead of an end. All of us in the class of 2017 are starting together, graduating from Mahtomedi High School, and I think we should reflect on how we arrived at this point, because we share a lot more than you probably realize. Day after day, on October 13th, February 17th, March 4th, May 29th, we created new memories. For instance, we all remember the day Mr. Huss climbed into the pink-out dunk tank wearing a chicken suit. But on the other hand, there are so many equally important memories that the yearbook simply can't capture. For example, the time freshman year we didn't take one of our English tests because Alexander brought in donuts and our teacher physically could not pass out the test because she had donuts in both hands. Or when we suffered over Plumpy Nut in 10th grade biology. Or Miss Eldridge calling our BC calculus class the worst carolers she's ever had. Okay, the yearbook did get that one, and I'm so sorry you had to listen to that. For me, although I was initially insulted at Miss E's accusation, especially after personally taking years of choir, I realized that it wasn't the singing itself that was important. It's the memories I made having fun and parading around with my classmates. But these daily memories added up to something more. I know you, the class of 2017, have also strived to your potential in nearly everything you do, through working hard every single day. We have accomplished a great deal in our high school careers. Our artists are represented in the Twin Cities Best 100 and have won awards from the White Bear Center of the Arts. Our theater department has produced amazing musicals and performances, along with being awarded Outstanding Overall Performance for You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, as well as Legally Blonde through the Hennepin Theater Trust's Spotlight program. And how could we forget all of our astonishing athletes and teams who competed their way to countless state tournaments with you, the class of 2017, leading them. Now, I didn't have us reminisce just for fun. I want you to think about what makes you remember these moments. I want you to use their importance to make each day count in your own mind. Each day gives you an opportunity to make a new memory and to make something of yourself. And your goals don't have to change the world each day, but when added together, you should see a positive impact, a legacy. You've heard that word before. Michelangelo reminds us, the greater danger for most of us lies not in setting our aim too high and falling short, but in setting our aim too low and achieving our mark. So keep your goals high and make every single day a step closer to this goal. We no longer have a state championship, celebration of excellence dinner, or best in show award to look forward to, but you still need to strive towards your goals every day with the same passion you've clearly had these past 4 years. From the moment we walk across this stage and burst out the doors of this arena, we are stepping out into the world, and this means something different for every person around you. We are becoming cyclones, bison, gophers, badgers, or even Tommies to continue our education. We are backpacking through Central America and Europe, and some of us are even serving in the Army, Navy, or Air Force. And obviously not all of us are going to become doctors or lawyers or engineers or whatever else everyone wants you to be. But that's perfectly fine, because although you may not have chose where you started, here at Mahtomedi High School, only you can choose where you end up. Each date you will see from today forward, June 11th, 12th, 13th, and on, should remind you of what you have done and what you will achieve. You'll forget many individual days, but they'll add up just like the 173 dates that I've been reading you throughout this year to a collective memory. Now, of course, I was not the only one reminding you of each new day this year, and I believe that it's only fair that we end our final announcements with the guy who wrapped up each week's announcements with music and style, Jalen Fry.
Oh, we so live, baby. Welcome to graduation, baby. Let's get ready to throw your caps in the air and have a good time tonight, yeah. All right, let's get down to business. Class of 2017, seniors, my friends and family, we made it. Today's the day to reflect on the legacies that we left in the past and remember the ones that we're about to make in the future. And it's gonna be a little weird not being able to see everybody in this room every day, or even starting the day listening to me talk, or Cheyenne, of course. But if I'm gonna leave you with anything, I leave you with this. Remember the days that led up to today. Remember your sacrifices, your successes and your failures, your perseverance, your dedication, all that good stuff. Use it, reflect on it, and improve yourself every day. Find what you're passionate about or what you love. Stride after it, chase it, fight for it. Enjoy every day like it's your last time. Take advantage of every opportunity you have. And of course, have fun. This is our time to celebrate and our time to give thanks. And for anyone who says you can't follow your dreams, hurt them with your success and kill them with your smile.
So from all of us here at MHS, this is Cheyenne Simpson.
I'm Jalen Fry.
And we are signing off, and we wish you a fantastic graduation night.
And I got a feeling tonight's gonna be a good night.
Thank you, Cheyenne and Jalen.
Wow, I'm really going to miss those morning announcements.
After today, we'll be getting many congratulations from people. Maybe not from Post Malone, but you all should be very proud of this accomplishment.
And as we all step into this next adventure, we want to remind you all to live like you're dying and make the most of every opportunity you're presented with.
The future will not always be easy, but I hope you are all able to bounce back from hard times.
No matter where you are or what you're doing, always remember, don't stop believing.
And no matter the situation, always stay humble and kind.
As we close this chapter in our lives, many of us may feel like we are walking on sunshine.
Well, get ready because here comes the sun.
Please help us give a warm welcome to Mr. Murphy.
Well, great. How am I going to top that? Hit me. Amu. Guys, I got here and watched you walk across the parking lot. You all look fabulous. You having fun? You guys? So, nobody got here on your own. A lot of sacrifice happened to bring you to this point. Could you all take a moment to look around, find your friends and family who've all come to celebrate you? Please give them a wave to thank them and let them know how much you love them. To the Mahtomedi community, you guys gave me the best job in the world. I got to teach your kids. You always let me know that I was appreciated. You made me feel blessed. Class of 2017, I'd like you to know how honored I am that you give me one last chance to attempt to teach you. Thank you. I really wanted to do this. I hope you like it. I struggled in high school. So in a sense, this day, graduation day, it was like my birthday. I got to walk out into this brave new world, no longer constrained by the role of having to play the small kid. You guys have known each other forever. And this familiarity brings with it a certain amount of comfort, but also has a cost, and that you fall into the trap of trying to meet other people's expectations. So I hope that today you can also feel a sense of joy and anticipation as you prepare to build yourself into what you want you to become. So I thought about this, and the most important thing I could think of to talk to you about was the significance of the next 12 years of your life. So obviously, my theme for tonight is wine, women, and song. I want to talk about wine. I want to talk about wine can fool you, and there's been a time or two it made me into a fool. Wine can close your window. It can take away your dreams, and it replaces them with a lie. The lie that things are good enough, that you don't need to dream, that you're satisfied with where you are. And that's incorrect. Your job is to build a fire, and you can't burn by being complacent. You probably think I'm about to give you the drug lecture. I know, I got it too. I had this teacher. I remember her giving me the evil eye, and she says, "Murphy, if you get involved with drugs, your growth will be stunted, your eyesight will fail, and your hair will fall out." I want to tell you a story. I had a friend, and he was really smart. In junior high, he had the best chemistry set. A little history lesson here. A chemistry set was this science toy that came with about 50 to 100 bottles of various poisons. And kids would build these sort of science labs in their basement. I'm not making this up. And you're supposed to mix these chemicals together to see what would happen. I mean, what could go wrong? Okay. And the true sign that you were a nerd is when you compared your chemistry sets. You had late-night phone calls asking to borrow a cup of soda or potassium nitrate. You know. But I digress. My friend, his explosions were better than my explosions. It was a crude form of communication, but in my peer group, blowing things up was considered socially acceptable. And he was really smart, but his family life wasn't very good. And he started to smoke a lot of marijuana to cover his hurt. And he barely graduated from high school. And he couldn't even get accepted into a college, so he went into the Marines. And he found it was hard to be stoned with a 200-pound sergeant chasing after him, telling him to drop down and give him 50. He became a medic, and he told me that in every practice battle drill they ever did, he was killed. He sobered up and he finished his service, and he decided he wanted to go to college. He was 22 years old. He finished college with a degree in biology, and at 26, he tried to do some more schooling, so he applied for medical school. He took his tests, and he placed first in the entire state of Florida. He went to the University of Michigan Medical School, and he became a surgeon. Today he lives in San Francisco, and even though he had a rough start, he never quit, and he figured things out. And some of you might be able to relate to this story. I want to talk about women. Or maybe more appropriately, I want to talk about relationships. I tell my students a joke. I say, "I'll never forget old what's-her-name." But it's not true. I remember every girl I ever kissed. A romance story, perhaps? When I was about your age, I just finished high school, and I met a young lady, and we could talk, and we had things in common. We had fun, and we laughed. I'd never felt like this about anyone I'd ever met before. And funny thing, she wasn't a real looker. But you know what? In my eyes, she was so beautiful. One time we went camping. It was nighttime. We were on the banks of this river. We were lying there, watching it flow, watching the stars. We were close together. and I smoothed up to her. Yeah, I put the smooth on. And I rested my head next to hers, and I remember how soft her hair felt and how nice it was. I reached out to hold her hand. As I touched her, she reached back and she held my hand, and it felt so nice. And I was so happy. Well, a couple months later, there was some indiscretion, and she told me she never ever wanted to see me again. And I wasn't able to tell her about how I felt about her. And I watched that ship sail. And I learned what a broken heart was. And I suffered. I began to wear clothes that were all one color. I began carrying a guitar. I grew a scruffy beard. I looked like Nate Jameson. I started smoking a pipe, and I got sad. I was so sad. It was the best. Man, did I milk that ticket. You see, one part of me was sad because it hurt when she dogged me. But another part of me is happy because I was free. And I saw all these beautiful women at the University of Minnesota, and I wondered what it would be like to meet them. And I knew they were wondering what it would be like to meet me. Romance is a great thing, but sometimes you cheat yourself by getting in too deep, too soon, or too young. Some of the best things are things you have to do on your own. Maybe some of you can relate. I want to talk about singing. I want to talk about the passion that makes you burn. People I knew were getting jobs, getting married, and I couldn't see it. It was too soon. What I wanted to do, what my song was going to become, I wanted to go climbing. And my song was going to take me into the American West. And so I began to train. And I got strong, like you can get when you're young and inspired, and it matters to you to have a set of veins like a road map crawling up your arms. I was ripped. I went west. It was the first of many road trips. We were driving all night long, and I'd never seen mountains before. It was late, and we were going through the Bighorn Canyon, and I could see the silhouette of the peaks against the night sky. And it was like when you're a little boy or a little girl, and you find out that caterpillars turn into butterflies, or that maple seeds spin like helicopters as they fall from the tree. To again have that sense of wonder that the world was better than my imagination thought it would be. And what did it feel like to walk 17 miles into the Wind River Range in Wyoming with a friend? And on the way in, they were flying the body out of a man who was killed a week before. He was struck by lightning. He died on the route we were going in to do. And I worried that night, knowing how bad it could be if we got caught up high in a storm. And what did it feel like to be halfway up Devil's Tower with your hands locked off into a crack above an overhang, and then to cut loose with your feet and dangle, and then pull through and stand over that edge and feel the sun and the wind and look out over 100 miles of desert and feel so alive that you felt like that sunlight was pumping through your heart and your eyes became that view. And I knew that there was no place else I wanted to be, and I knew I was singing my song and I was in the right key. And you traveled. We were riding a freight train through the desert in eastern Washington. We got dropped into the hole to let a priority train have the track. It was about 4 a.m., and I was standing in the boxcar looking out at the Columbia River, one of the great rivers of the world. It was about a mile wide, and there was a barge going downstream. And it was dark, and the tugboat was navigating with a strong searchlight, scanning the river. I could see the beam going bank to bank like a laser. And across the river, there was the Union Pacific. There's an eastbounder going into the heartland. Beyond, I could see the interstate with big trucks rolling east and west. And the words of the beat poet Allen Ginsberg came to me. Whither goest thou, America? Whither goest thou, America, in the shiny car in the black, black night? It felt like everything in the country was moving, and I was swimming right in the middle of that current, singing at the top of my lungs. and my song was changing. Climbing was being replaced by people and places. My friend Tom went into the Canadian Rockies. A big system came in and shut down the entire range for a week of rain. And every climber in about a 70-mile radius was packed into the bar at the Athabasca Hotel. Canadians, Americans, Europeans, Japanese, nothing in common other than a love for the mountains. It was 8 in the morning, and Tom said the entire place spontaneously broke into song. Valerie, Valera. No matter where you went, something was happening. And oh, how you wanted to be there, to feel it, to feel how much style everything had. And it wasn't all about adventure. I had this roommate, can't even remember his name. He moved in with about 4 grocery bags of clothing and a crate of albums. And we used to stay up late listening to his music and talking. And he said to me one night, Dan, I got a call today, and I have a chance to go to New York City to learn how to read and write poetry. I think I'm going to take it. And he did, and I never saw him again. My friends that I climbed with, one by one, they all moved on. Herwig went to New York to work at the United Nations. Grant became an artist, and he moved to Seattle. Bart moved to Maine and started teaching. Sean to Arizona to become an astronomer. Chris, Don, and Kenneth went west to graduate school. And after 8 years, I graduated from the University of Minnesota with my bachelor's degree. I can honestly say that being a freshman were 3 of the best years of my life. The last man standing was Peter. He was our best climber. He was the best windsurfer I ever met. During summer, Pete lived out of his Dodge, and he sailed. Poor didn't even mean to describe his economic situation, and he sailed. He'd sleep in turnouts at the side of the road, and he sailed. He could do things with a windsurfer that maybe 3 or 4 other people in the world could do. And he had a brother who was about your age. And just like your parents are wondering what to do with you, his parents had to do something with Carl. And what has to be a world record for poor judgment, they sent him west to live with Pete. By this time, Pete had an apartment, so it wasn't like Carl got the front seat while Pete was in the back. But Carl was under Pete's watch, and they sailed. Carl had a good line from those years. He was talking about Hood River, Oregon, and he said, man, this town, there's nothing to do. It's so boring. But when the wind is blowing, and I'm out there on the water, complete satisfaction. For a while, it was summers in Oregon and winters in Hawaii. Carl graduated from college, moved to Telluride, got a job, fell in love, and was going to get married. He asked Pete to be his best man. So the whole family goes to Ohio for the wedding. Here's the groom's dinner. It's at a country club. You know the scene. Big room full of round tables, all draped with white cloth, flowers in the center. Plates are surrounded about 5 or 6 different forks. There's a seating chart with name tags, and you got to find where you belong. So the evening starts, and the good-looking uncle gets up. You know the guy. He looks natural wearing dress shoes. The uncle gets up to start the evening. He says, we want to thank and welcome the Wagner brothers for coming all this way to be with us tonight. Our only regret is they're not as wealthy as they are handsome. These Ohio folks had money, and they thought that was pretty funny. And Pete was up next, and he goes to the microphone in his rented tuxedo, and he says, I'm glad you brought up the issue of money, because I want to talk about that. But first, Carl, remember the time we got up at dawn and went surfing on the North Shore of Maui, when the sets were coming in perfect at 8 feet, and we had the beach to ourselves? And remember that time at San Carlos in Mexico, when a swell arrived from some storm in the Pacific, and how huge the break was that day? And remember all the sailing we did at Roosevelt, or Rufus, or Doug's, or the hatchery? Carl, I bring this up because today is the best day of your life. Today, you and Sarah are getting married. But before today, those days in Oregon and Hawaii and Mexico, those days were the best days of our lives. They were the best things we ever did. And here's why I want to talk about money. Those are the best things we ever did, and they didn't cost us a penny. I don't know what passions you all have. Some of you will pursue adventure, some of you will pursue art or music, maybe you'll travel. You all have your dreams. Sing your song. Remember, the best things in life, they're not things. Sing your song. Be open to the people that you meet. Be open to the opportunities that change your path and ultimately your tune. Sing your song. It's going to be so good. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. I would like to recognize the district employees for your passion and commitment to our schools. All employees, please stand for a moment to be recognized. Another thank you tonight is to recognize the generosity of the Cossack Foundation. We recognize their contributions to our schools with a beautiful vase that has been donated by Keys Cafe, which we will give to the Cossacks tonight after the ceremony. It is such a proud night for our graduates, and maybe even more so for the families and friends, because each of you has contributed to the success of our 2017 graduates, and they have reached this goal because of your support. Members of the class of 2017, please stand. Members of the School Board of Education, Chairperson Dr. Lucy Payne and Superintendent Dr. Larson. The members of the class of 2017 have fulfilled all of the requirements for graduation from Mahtomedi High School, as set forth by the State Board of Education and the Board of Education of Mahtomedi School District 832. In recognition of the achievement, they are entitled to their diplomas as graduates of Mahtomedi High School.
On behalf of the school board, I acknowledge these graduates as completing all the requirements of the class of 2017 and congratulate them on their achievements.
The front row of students may now begin making your way to the stage. The remainder of the class may be seated.
I'm just going to keep track. Jalen Anthony Fry.
Heather Cheyenne Simpson.
Brian David Adams.
Amina Alamayu Marciniak.
Charlotte Marie Allen.
Rodrigo DeWitt Allen.
Aaron Cameron Anderson.
Joshua Mark Anderson.
Rose Anderson.
Nathaniel John Anderson.
Abigail Grace Ardito.
Aubrey Nicole Arndt.
Mary Monica Ostep.
Gino Tomas Bacigalupo.
Bridget Barnett.
Megan Nicole Berry.
Madison Bell.
Elizabeth Bennett.
Eric Scott Benson.
Kennedy Beverly Berggren.
Finian Lynch Sauter Berriman.
Riley Elizabeth Beskar.
Jack William Scherer.
Jessica Jean Lee.
Matthew L. Bjork.
Nicholas Hunter Blossom.
Kylie Paige Bokey.
Bradley Thomas Bonin.
Catherine Christine Bulduck.
Mitchell Bradley.
Angela Hattie Bazet.
Anna J. Carlson.
Lucia S. Carlson.
Liam Cashin.
Peyton Michelle Charlesworth.
Courtney Thatcher Clark.
Garrett David Colton.
Logan James Comfort.
Timothy Niehaus Comfort.
Ethan Bo Connor.
Emily Ann Cooper.
Lucas Stephen Kosick.
Anna Danger.
Alia A. Dawood.
Graham Robert DeVore.
Dylan Ray Deerking.
Tyler Matthew Doring.
Dalton Allen Dominigui.
Angelina Rose Donahue Borgen.
Sarah Ray Dorr.
Stephanie Joy Drager.
John Robert Edmond.
Luke William Edwards.
Rebecca Rose Edwards.
Matthias John Eichten.
Austin Aaron Engelbert.
Jillian R. Ewell.
Abby Nicole Evans.
Thomas John Firminger.
Sophia May Fisher.
William E. Foreman.
Parker David Fox.
Emily Freiberger.
Margaret Ann Frecking.
Lydia Joan French.
Shane Michael Frost.
Alexander Michael Gackstetter.
Elena I. Giebel.
Allison Gillen.
William Robert Goebel.
Emily Gettle.
Blake M. Golden.
Rachel Claire Grieca.
Clarissa Ruth Grilly.
Alec William Grimes.
William Gunther.
Vivian Rose Guilfoyle.
Marissa Ruth Gustafson.
Elizabeth Ann Gutteder.
Aaron K. Hyder.
Brock Halverson.
Ethan Donald Hom.
James Hart, Jr.
Paige Ann Hobble.
Nathan Bradley Haugen.
Acadia Jean Hagedis.
Hogan Richard Hemelgarn.
Nicole Marie Hempstead.
Wyatt Herman.
Mark Hernandez.
Matthew J. Hershey.
Jacob Peter Heyer.
Kordek Hoffman.
Aaron K. Hoffman.
Samantha Jean Hogan.
Grace Lillian Holker.
Barrett Caroline Holslin.
Austin J. Holwiger.
Lucas Cameron Honebrink.
Abigail Hun.
Daniel John Hoyer.
Hunter Ingebrigtsen.
Jamie Intihar.
Andrew John Jacoboski.
Dylan Christopher James.
Nate Jameson.
Anna Michelle Jensen.
Anne Marie Johnson.
Ella Valentine Jordan.
Ellie Merle Karch.
Alexander Kardashian.
Allie M. Keeney.
Ian Kegley.
Austin William Kelly.
Catherine Kemp.
Maya Kemp.
Dylan Kitt.
Keegan Koneman.
Christia Rebecca Koneman.
Austin R. Kester.
Sophia Marie Kramer.
Madison Taylor Kranick.
Sarah Jane Krebsbach.
Callie Kruger.
Maria Keene.
Carly Marie Kajawa.
Abajawado Kawut.
Alexis Lang.
Evan Russell Lawrence.
Jasmine Lawson.
Nicole Alexis Lazo.
Caitlin Leach.
Aaron M. Leaf.
Dashel Tampa Livingston II.
Garrett James Long.
Isabella Un Jacobson Ludwig.
Rachel Ubax Lundell.
Cassandra Rose Mager.
Finna Maxner.
Kendra Maki.
Liddy Dulcie Flora Mang.
Marcella Azur Manivel.
Josephine Marchant.
Justin Martin Maroney.
Bailey Anna Marshall.
John Augustus Matson.
Sierra Diana McCarty.
Kyle David McLaren.
Casey Allen McCloy.
Hannah Marie McGrath.
Anna Renee Megger.
Kiara Catherine Menz.
Elena Rose Meyer.
Carl Hennon Miller.
Colin Meralt.
Robert Montero.
Joseph C. Moore.
Natalie Shea Morgan.
Jasanth Tsang Moore.
Grace Chuyang Mulcahy.
Joseph Michael Murray.
Julia Eisling Nair.
Benjamin R. Nelson.
Elizabeth Margaret Nelson.
Madison Nelson.
Natalie Jean Nelson.
Aniki Marie Newbeck.
Grace Catherine Newmiller.
Trey Gerald Newman.
Charlotte Ford Nicholson.
Jane Mitchell Nicholson.
Joshua Franklin Nordling.
Jonah Maury Northwood.
Sean Notenberg.
Anna Lisa Odushkin.
Jillian Olson.
Matthew A. Olson.
Emily Jean Ostrand.
Drake Douglas Weemet.
Madeline Kate Packinen.
Isabel Diane Pankow.
Ryan Robert Pavlak.
Torben Dietering Pearson.
Emma K. Pursoon.
Anthony Michael Peterson.
Caitlin Putnungpai.
Julia Catherine Pilla.
Bailey Margaret Pohl.
Luke Posner.
James Joseph Pramel, Jr.
Lawrence Anthony Pramel III.
Kimberly Ann Prax.
Alana Ann Rangish.
Marin Ann Redland.
Matthew W. Reineck.
Evan Jacob Reyes.
Riley D. Reynolds.
Alex Rice.
Thomas Ian Richardson.
Maggie Nicole Rearman.
Catherine A. Rizvi.
Lincoln John Rock.
Blake William Rutger.
Claire Elizabeth Rucker.
Jacob David Rose.
Brady Ross.
Anton Monson Rothweiler.
Demetra Monson Rothweiler.
Caroline Rutkevich.
Andrew D. Salmon.
Sarah Ann Sams.
Nicole Lynn Schaff.
Jared Shad.
Emma Ann Shimnowski.
Danielle Frances Schenecker.
Nicole Helen Schrantz.
Henry Matthew Schreier.
Zachary Jean Sherman.
Alexander Schusler.
John Lawrence Schweitz V.
Coyan Scott.
Spencer Robert Scott.
Juliana N. Selwood.
Joshua Dean Schaefer.
Lisa Therese Sicard.
Weston Sheelander.
Caleb Arthur Siekmeyer.
Sarah Louise Simon.
Philip Myers Slack.
Sarah Elise Smith.
Jason Smythe.
Chelsea Lynn Sobchak.
Hunter Rimson Solomon.
Lindsay Ann Sommerfelt.
Riley C. Stat.
Nicholas Steffen.
Nathan Sturzinger.
Michaela Stulk.
Chase Patrick Sullivan.
Erin Lynn Susky.
Nathaniel John Ryan Tavis.
Samuel W. Taylor.
Jaru Tepin.
Melissa Thorrud.
Blake Morgan Tashida.
Antonio Philip Tacito.
Tavian Jaron Tumbleson.
William M. Tuttle IV.
Richard John Tweeden.
Alicia Lauren Utek.
Anders Joseph Voga.
Matthew A. Vanelli.
Andrew Thomas Boyan.
Quinn Harrison Wall.
Ryan Joseph Waldock.
Reagan Marie Warner.
Mason Eli Wiedela.
Ryan Timothy Welsh.
Maxwell Paul Welshinger.
Spencer Wick.
Alexandra Jane Wilson.
Avery Jean Windesh.
Brianna Carol Wintz.
Megan Susan Wintz.
Yupeng Wu.
Mara Elizabeth Yapello.
Joshua William Zine.
Thomas Zelmer.
Claire Genevieve Zophie.
Annika Carolyn Shu.
Casey Storbeck Lenars.
We're almost done, class of 2017, just not quite yet.
We still have a few more songs to add to the playlist.
Please give a warm welcome to our fellow classmates, Jessica Lee and Jack Scherer, as they perform You'll Be in My Heart.
This song will be performed in memory of those who cannot be with us tonight, especially Tommy Larson, who will always be a part of the class of 2017.
I don't know, it got me all confused.
Come stop your crying, it will be all right. Just take my hand, hold it tight. I will protect you from all around you. I will be here, don't you cry. For one so small, you seem so strong. My arms will hold you, keep you safe and warm. This bond between us can't be broken. I will be here. don't you cry, 'cause you'll be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and forevermore. You'll be in my heart, no matter what they say. You'll be here in my heart, always. Why can't they understand the way we feel? They just don't trust what they can't explain. I know we're different, but deep inside us, we're not that different at all. And you'll be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and forevermore. Don't listen to them, 'cause what do they know? We need each other to have to hold. They'll see in time, I know. When destiny calls you, you must be strong. I may not be with you, but you've got to hold on. They'll see in time, I know. We'll show them together, 'cause you'll be in my heart. Believe me, you'll be in my heart. I'll be there from this day on, now and forevermore. You'll be in my heart, no matter what they say. You'll be here in my heart, always.
Class of 2017, you will be in my heart as we go our separate ways.
Thank you, Jack and Jessica. That was amazing. Our time at Mahtomedi is finally coming to a close, and I believe there are a few people we need to thank.
MHS is a place where teachers care beyond the classroom, where teachers help us believe our dreams can become a reality.
We would not be in these seats today without your help and commitment, so thank you.
To our fellow students, it has truly been a blessing to grow beside you all the last 4 years, and for a lot of us even longer.
Walking through the hallways, eating in a chaotic lunchroom, and sitting in a classroom all these years would not have been the same without each and every one of you.
Maya Angelou once said, "People will forget what you said and people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel."
Thank you for making these years so special.
And most of all, we want to thank the parents and the family in the building. So much of what you do for us goes unnoticed, but is integral to our success. Thank you for supporting us, challenging us, and above all else, loving us.
Your endless love and support mean more than words can express. We will forever be grateful.
Class of 2017, I hope you never forget where you came from. I hope you try new things, but always stay true to yourself. I hope you embrace the chaos of the world and find joy in everything you do.
as stated by Rascal Flatts, I hope your dreams stay big and your worries stay small.
Before we wrap up tonight, we have one more song to add to the playlist. Class of 2017, please rise.
Now move your tassels from the right to the left side, signifying you have earned your diplomas.
Congratulations, everyone, we did it.
As we close, I would like to remind everyone, we're all in this together.
Similar to what Troy Bolton once said, once a Zephyr, always a Zephyr.
Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2017.